Hello, my friend. I've got some good news. Those infected down at the beach, well, they're gone. Well, tell a lie. They're still there, but they are dead. Like, dead for real. Like, they're no longer moving. And they're just piled upon each other. Mountains, hills, fucking rolling dunes of corpses. It's a pretty disgusting sight. Anyway, we're slowly getting through them, burning them. Fun. Anyway, how this came to be, well, let me tell you. And just to be on the record, it's been 693 days since the shit hit the fan. I'm still here, still alive, same as when I recorded this last tape. And with any luck, I'll be alive tomorrow. But who knows what the day's going to bring. So the infected had been down on the beach. We had them trapped there, barricades set up. They weren't going anywhere. Well, unless the barricade fell or was tore down. But I had words with a woman called Venora. She had recently returned to the island, and I think she was putting together some sort of police department. Godspeed to him if she wants to give it a go, because the town does need security. It does need law and order. It's the only way we're going to survive. But me, I can't do that again. I had enough just being a keeper. And it's so hard to try and help those that don't give a shit. And you're but we do have to work together if we want to survive. Anyway, she came over and she'd been talking to Ben. Now, Ben's the shelter director over at the hospital. And they had an idea to deal with the infected, and I was pretty skeptical because, well, hear me out. Their idea was to take the old generator that was up by the older diner, up the hill in town, and to get that set up, throw down some, copper wire, because all the infected on that beach were fucking soaking wet. Their clothes, they're getting hit by, seawater. It had been raining that morning, And the idea was, we fry those fuckers. We electrocute them. And, it sounded far-fetched. I didn't think, a generator could put up that much of a current, but we gave it a go. So, knowing that if we were going to do this, this would have to be it. We couldn't give it a go and then be done. Once people were down there making noise, that was it. The infected were going to get riled up, and we needed to be there, ready to deal with it just in case. Because if those infected got loose and made it into town, Arkley would be fucked. There'd be no way we could regroup and try to deal with them, not that many numbers. If they got into town, that would have been it. So I put the word out, sent some people around, spread the word, saying I needed all the help I could get, and to my surprise, a lot of people came down. I appreciate that so much, because I don't know what to do otherwise. But a lot of folks came down, and yeah. It's good to know that there are some people in town that's, can recognise a serious threat when they see one. Anyway, they came down. I told everyone, I laid it out, I said, listen, if this don't work, we're going to have to deal with these one way or another. Now, originally my plan was to get a bunch of metal poles or something with a sharp end, and we were just going to stand at the top of the little hill on the road and just basically penetrate every skull belonging to an infected body down on the beach until there was no more. That would take a long ass time and a lot of energy, but it was the safest thing I could think of. We could have just shot them. The only problem with shooting them is that we've got limited ammo, and people are going missing all the fucking time in Arkley. I think it's raiders. And we've had trouble. We've had people just waltz in and execute people. You know, so it's like, what do we do? Do we really waste every single bullet we have on these infected that we could take care of with a little bit of energy, but we could take care of them easily and not waste a single bullet? Anyway, I explained it. I said, you know, lower your weapons, we don't need them, put your rifles down and away. No one fucking listened. Anyway, we gave it a go. Wires were thrown down, the generator was, you know, set up. And we all fucking held our breath. Kicked the generator on. That fucker was loud. And talk about getting the infected rolled up, they were. That was the dinner bell, they saw it, they saw us. Anyway. It kind of worked. There was no flash, no like, you know, fucking lightning, like fucking Emperor Palpatine electrocuting someone. It was just this really weird hum and the smell of burning meat. And you could start to see smoke rising from the infected. And I'd say that managed to take down about, I don't know, half their numbers, probably a little less than half before the generator gave out. Which was fucking great, because that was a lot of them. We should have gone and got another generator, but the infected, you know, that generator was so loud. The infected were pushing on us now, trying to climb up that hill, so... And no one was really stepping up, everyone was just kind of standing there. And then I was starting to get looks off people, like, what are we waiting for, come on, people are getting tired, you know, and I don't know why they're looking at me, but I guess I was somewhat in charge of it, because I used to be a keeper. I don't know. Anyway. In the end, I just said, fuck it. Open fire. No one listened to me before when I said we shouldn't use rifles. I say put them away, we don't need them. Save your ammo. There are worse things out there that we're going to have to shoot at some point. Words fell on deaf ears. I say open fire. Every single gun that was brandished that day lit up. People went fucking crazy. And yeah, well, let's just say we don't have much ammo anymore. I probably shouldn't have gave the order, but fuck it, the infected are gone, and any trouble that arises in future, we'll deal with it somehow. But anyway, bullets were flying, infected were dying, but their bodies were dropping down. They were pushing on us all the time, and their bodies were starting to mount next to the road on this slope, and it eventually basically made them a ramp to climb up. So the infected was starting to get up slowly, and that was fine at first. We were able to keep them held at bay, but the noise from our rifles, you know, it was non-stop gunfire for a good, you know, 5-10 minutes, maybe more, and that drew so many infected from the fringe. They came in, hit us on our flank, so we were forced back, and as every time, you know, we had to take a step back, the infected from down on the beach were making it up onto the road and pushing us back. And hell, before we even got to that point, this is what I mean about people not listening. I stressed, I pleaded, I begged people. And when we were going over ideas, people were saying, let's just burn them. No, we can't burn them. There's a bridge there. If that bridge goes up, we are fucked. That's our lifeline to the mainland. If that bridge goes down, we are fucked. That's it. It's simple as. if that goes, we die. We may as well shoot ourselves now. Because well, there might be 1 or 2 boats in Arkley, and unless anyone's really good at making rafts, and that sea is choppy as fuck, I don't really want to go on a raft to get to mainland. And you can forget about carting goods back, you know? So, yeah. Of course, as soon as, you know, people start firing, whoosh. Someone had thrown a fucking Molotov. And that bitch went up, set fire to several infected, and they started to spread it. And the fire was slowly spreading throughout the infected. Now, luckily, their clothes were wet, it didn't catch as quickly as it would have. So, you know, we had to drop those guys. I mean, I didn't fire my rifle much because I knew that ammo needed to be saved, so, you know. I did as much knife work as I could. But when that fire went out, oh, when the fire went up, I should say. Yeah, goodbye ammo. I was having to mow those fuckers down. I directed a few other people to help me, and we were able to take down the burning infected before they could spread. After that, I told people, you know, no more fire. I screamed it. I was mad, you know, I was livid. Because that could have been it. That could have been... Why are we even trying to kill these infected? Are we just going to kill ourselves in the process? But luckily no one threw any more Molotovs. Someone asked me a few times. I could have decked them, but no. Bigger fish to fry at the time. Anyway, we were pushed back. Infected came in from the fringe. And we were having to fall back and fall back and fall back, but since we were not being careful with our ammo and we were just lighting them up, we were winning, but we were being pushed back. But the infected dropped, they were going down, and then someone had the bright fucking idea to poke holes in the fuel tank of the generator, spread that around, and then they set it on fire, and the fire spread across the corpses. It took out the generator. I mean, heaven forbid we needed that. It spread across the infected that we had taken down, their clothes igniting. And the few remaining infected left that I could have gone up and knifed to death myself. Well, they burnt up, so I guess the person's idea did work, but hey ho, it wasn't really needed. And the fire started to spread and spread and spread. That thing could have gone over to the water plants if we weren't careful. Maybe even to the hospital. By the dumbest fucking luck ever, maybe there is a god out there, I don't know. Who knows? It started to rain. Coincidence? I don't know. But thankfully this miracle happened, it rained. It helped douse the flames before they could get too bad. And that was that. Infected were gone. The bridge was still standing. We didn't set fire to anything else. And yeah. We're all alive, hey ho. And yeah, that was the situation. That was the infected on the beach. And now they're gone. Just piles of blood and meat that need burning. But yeah. I don't know. Things are kind of fucked up in town. Town needs organising a little bit. We can't have this happen again. But that's an idea for another time. Anyway, that's what happened. I think there was 1 or 2 hurt, but no one died, so That's a win for Arkley, at least until the Raiders work out we've got no ammo and decide to fuck us. But we'll deal with that when it happens. Maybe. If there's no more tapes following this one, then the Raiders probably came to fuck us sooner than I expected.